How's it going, dive buddies? It is Kyle here, and we are back with another quick scuba tip today. Today's quick tip, we are going to be talking about 3 reasons why you may be getting water in the second stage of your regulator. Let's check them out. Now I take it if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've noticed a little bit of water sneaking into your rig while you're diving along. This may have made itself evident in some sort of a slurping noise as you're breathing along through the regulator. It's not really the dry, normal air that you're used to breathing, but you're getting a little bit of moisture in on every inhalation, and that's obviously not normal. Now the first reason that you might be getting water into your mouth through your second stage, that you're feeling a little bit of kind of moisture coming in on every inhalation, is that you've got something wrong with the mouthpiece of your rig itself. If you've got a hole or cut in the mouthpiece around the outside, this will act as a straw and suck in water every time you inhale. This is a super easy thing to determine simply by looking at the mouthpiece and finding that hole, and fixing it is just as easy as changing the mouthpiece. And if you're not quite sure how to do that, we've already made a video on how to replace mouthpieces, so you can head on over and check that one out at the end of this video, and it will give you an easy rundown on how to change the mouthpieces so that you don't have water leaking in via that way. Now, the second reason that you might be getting water into the second stage and then ultimately into your mouth when you're breathing in is that you've got something wrong with the one-way purge valve or exhaust valve that's in the second stage of your regulator. Now, this is the part of the second stage that your bubbles come out of, or that water comes out of if you're purging water out of your regulator. It's hidden underneath the exhaust tee, which is a plastic or rubber cover that deflects away the bubbles. This valve needs to have a perfect seal, and if anything prevents that seal, you're going to have water leaking in on you. This can be caused by debris that gets stuck in there. It can be caused if the valve has gotten tucked in on itself, or even if there's a pinhole or tear in the valve. This will all let water in. Now, if it's debris or if the valve has gotten tucked in on itself, you'll be able to fix this easily, most likely with your finger or potentially a pointy tool like a chopstick, and be able to remove the object or flatten out the valve so that there is a perfect seal. And if it happens to be torn and not some debris or tucked in on itself, then you're pretty much out of luck in that regard. You're gonna have to go back to your dive shop when you can and have them take a look at it and order parts or replace that one-way diaphragm for you. And finally, the third reason that you might be getting water into the second stage of your regulator as you're inhaling is that somehow the diaphragm of your second stage has been compromised. Now, if you were to remove the faceplate of your regulator, which is the outer cap here, underneath there you would see a diaphragm. They look something like this. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors based on the size and style and manufacturer of your regulator. This, just like the mouthpiece and the one-way exhaust valve, need to remain completely intact, or water will sneak through as you breathe it in. So, if there is a cut or a tear, like in this particular one, I don't know if we'll be able to catch this on camera, but in this particular one, we have, and in this particular case, look at that. This is a perfect example. I couldn't have planned this any better. So, little holes lead to big tears, and these will allow water in. It may not tear like this on you mid-dive, but the little hole in there can lead to things like this. So this is a repair that you unfortunately most likely probably won't be able to do on site. Therefore, you have to take your regulator to a dive shop, and they will hopefully, just like the exhaust valve, have that part in stock, be able to replace it for you or order it in for you and then replace it a little later on. And that's it for this tip, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you've got any questions or concerns, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. I love chatting it up with you guys down there. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already jumped aboard the dive wagon. I love having you guys around. This has been a great adventure making these videos. And of course, guys, we'll see you next time, and happy diving.